guys, it's Jessica here from Practice Dynamix. Today I'm going to share with you some tips and tricks when creating an email template from XPLAN. First of all, to access the email template area that you're seeing on your screen now, we select XPLAN from the drop-down menu, Administration Functions, and then Templates. From the left-hand menu, we then select Email Templates. From here, using the Add button in the top right-hand corner, we can add an email from a blank template. The description, subject, and if you have the capability from address, allows you to set the data for this email. So I'm going to quickly type in some information. Okay, so once I've given the description, which is what you'll see to locate your email template, the subject, which is what the receiver will see as the subject of the email template, and the from address is how the receiver is going to receive this email from the business name and the info email address, I can then create the content of this email in the content box. Now, to start you off with a great newsletter, I have provided you with some source coding. So the HTML coding that you can use to create a great looking email template. So I'm just going to access my notepad where I've saved that code. I'm going to select the code and copy it. And then to paste it into my email template, I must select source, then paste, and then select source again to review and view how this template looks. So what you can see is we're starting off with a great base template. To make our template really spicy, we want to add some images. And images, when we're adding images to newsletter templates or any email template, we must source them from your document library to ensure that they are sent and received without any issues. So I'm going to save this template and I'm going to then go and grab some images. Now you can certainly pay for images through websites like Shutterstock. There's also some great free images. Of course, it's up to you if you want to then donate to these websites to keep them going. Now we're going to take a bit of an end of financial year focus on this particular email template. So I'm going to look up some keywords. For example, tax. So we can find some great images that might look like tax time. Here's one that we might want to use. So if we want to use that, all we need to do is select the free download option. Now for the email templates, they're going to need to be quite small. So I normally download the smallest version and I'll select download. And of course, there's an opportunity here to buy the author a copy, which helps support the people that load up these images. Okay, let's have a look for one now. Great. Oh, tax time. This one might look really good. I'm going to download this one. I like this one as well. And I like this one. All right, so I've got some images and I've also got my logo. So I'm now going to go and upload these to XPLAN. So back in XPLAN, we select the XPLAN drop-down menu and then document library. In my document library, I've created a folder for my email templates. So all I need to do is add a new file note, and I'm going to call this my test newsletter. And in the attachments area, I'm going to go and upload my images by selecting the upload file option. I've located the images, and so I'm going to select them all, and I'm going to upload all of those into my file note, save and close. Okay, let's go back to our email template. Okay, so here is our email template. Now, what I've done as part of the source HTML coding, I've created little words for you to locate where you should upload some information. So here on the right is where I would suggest adding your logo. So I'm just going to delete the words. To update or upload an image, we're going to select we're going to click on the image icon here in the toolbar, and then we're going to select Browse Server to navigate to the document library, locate our email images. At the very bottom, select the logo and OK. Now we can check the width and height here to make sure that we're happy with it, and in it goes. All right, so with our newsletter, our heading might be end of financial year, tax savings. So give it a nice heading, something that's grabby, and our text here will be the text for your template. Okay, so image 1, now I've put here, make sure that it's a width of 360, so no wider than 360, and I'll show you how to do that. So let's grab our first image. So again, we select the image icon, navigate to our document library, and we'll take image 1. So 360 was our maximum width. Make sure our little padlock is locked so that it holds the width and height ratio, and I'm going to set it at 360 wide. So here is our first image. We're going to go and load up our second image. Okay, so we've got our 3 images loaded up. Now to enter our text, as we type in the text that we want to include in our email template, we need to make sure that we have a font and font size selected. Now I've loaded this up with Arial 10, but if you want to change the font, you can use the drop down menu and choose other font options and other font sizes. With our heading, we've made that bold, but we could bold and underline using our toolbar. And our links, our read more links, if you want to include a link, you can edit them or remove the link by clicking the unlink option to remove a link, or to add a link, you can click the link icon. So with the link icon, you can link it to a website, a part of this email, or an email address. So we might want to link it to an email. Let's do it to a URL, and I'm going to link it to my website. Okay. And then at the very bottom here, I've got our email address. So I'm going to link that to my business name. The message subject might be more information. Great. We have also included an unsubscribe link, assuming that you have a field on XPLAN called newsletter, which is a yes/no field. Okay, so if you have a field that's a yes/no field that's not called newsletter, you just need to replace that here. So it's pretty easy to change the information inside these newsletter templates. So let's say we wanted to grab a different color for our heading. We can use the little underlined A and change it to a different color. Okay, we might also want to add some lists for this. So it might be 10 things, this is the heading. 10 things to speed up tax time. So you can simply start by numbering. So 1, Okay, but that's not going to be a list. So if you want to make it a list, what you can simply do is, let's say we've got 3 things. So keep receipts, document your kilometers, and donate to charity. I'm not really sure. Let's just say that they're the 3 things you wanted to do. If you highlight those 3 items, you can select the 1, 2, 3 numbered list or the bullet list. So these are great little tools, and you can see it keeps it nice and neat on your page. The other thing you might want to do is personalize this newsletter. So you might want to say something like, "Hi there, client name." To add any XPLAN syntax, simply select the X from the toolbar, and this allows you to include syntax from XPLAN. So it's going to be about the recipient. So I want to include the recipient's first name. So first name is part of key details. So I'm going to go to key details here, make sure it's the plural, and then locate first name. Now it is somewhat alphabetical. So look for F first name and OK, and that adds the code for the recipient's first name. So you can see it's pretty easy to edit this template. All right. Now, the last thing I'm going to show you is how to change the blue background, which can be quite difficult. So you need to be in the source mode. So welcome to the world of hieroglyphics. But what you're looking for is something that has a pound sign or hashtag in front of it, and they're your colors. So the F's there are white and the DF's is the gray. So we're going to keep looking through and looking for hashes, and when you come across anything that's got 006496, that is the blue. All right, I'm going to copy this, and my trick is to put it into the find bar so that I can locate all the blue in this document to know to update it to my business color. So if you know your hex color, that's great. But if you don't, I'm going to teach you a little trick. Now I have opened up my logo inside Paint. And if I want to find out what color my gray is, let's zoom in a little bit on that. And using the little, I don't know what you call it, droplet icon, I can put it over the gray, and let me find a nice version of that gray. And then I can select edit colors. Now this gives me the red, the green, and the blue numbers, 140, 141, and 143. Now I'm pretty confident if I made it all 141, it's still a pretty nice gray. So just for ease, I'm going to make them all 141. Now let me take you to a website to convert that to a hex color. This is the website that I use, which is a hex to RGB to hex conversion tool. And all I need to do is put in the red, the green, and the blue, and it will convert it to hex for me. So 8D, 8D, 8D. All right, let's go back to XPLAN. And now in my search, let's make sure I'm at the very first one of my search. And all I'm going to do is replace that number with 8D, 8D, 8D. Okay, now we'll select source, and our newsletter is now a gray. Okay, now I personally don't like the gray. I'm going to switch it back, and then we're going to have a look at how we send this. Okay, once you've entered all of the text for your newsletter, we're going to select save, and now let's go and send it to a client. Bring up a list of your clients that have subscribed to your newsletter. So it's very important when you're sending marketing communication that you give the clients an opportunity to unsubscribe. So load up your newsletter quick search if you've got one in there, and then email, and email all will email everyone in your search result. Then all you need to do is locate your newsletter template. And I always recommend that you select preview to review your template before you send it. if you come across any issues, such as, or you can also change it before you select send. And once you're happy, send, and your newsletter will be sent. Now, one other thing that I'll need to mention to you, in your miscellaneous tab is where you would create your file note. And if you wanted to add any attachments, you certainly could, such as a brochure or your FSG or your privacy policy or anything else that you want to include. You can certainly include all of those extra little email template features. Okay, that is my email template tips and tricks. I hope you learnt something today. Of course, we are always there to help you. So if you do need any assistance or would like some fancy email templates created for your business, certainly give this one a go, but you can also contact us at Practice Dynamix via our website. Our email info@practicedynamics.com.au or call the office on 1300 032 023. We look forward to hearing from you.